Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So today we have with us Phani. He is one of my student and I'm very happy to introduce you with him. So he has recently got admission in IIT Gandhinagar and he has got this admission based upon his gate rank. Now this particular conversation and this particular talk is important, or I'm sharing this part with you because we want to discuss this, that whether you need JRF to get into IITs, whether you need LS to get into IITs. So what's basically the criteria to qualify the interview? All these things we'll talk about experienced person here who has just recently cracked the interview. Fani is here. He is going to tell us. First of all, Fani, welcome to the channel and thank you so much for talking to us. And he's one of the he's very lively person. For those, I just want to tell all of you that we met during the gate exam also, right, Fani?
Yes,
And
sir.
there we had
And
discussion about exam, and
yes, sir.
he was very
Took
he was
selfies.
not that much confident that time, right, Funny? You were not that much confident about the exam,
Yes, sir.
right?
I, yes, sir. And first of all, thank you for giving me for this opportunity to meet the All About Chemistry along with you. And that day, I think because I know, sir, as many questions I have done correctly. So I have some confidence that exam will go well. But
Yeah,
whenever I expect more from anything, I won't get the proper result. So I was like telling uh, to my friends,
let's not
no, it
expect.
won't happen. I will be in border because sometimes we may stop in border. So
Yeah.
I was telling like I was having less expectations,
Mhm.
and after the result was released, okay, because I have read only 15 days. I mean, for
Yeah.
preparation revision, I took only 15 days because of job and everything,
Okay.
and I got only 15 days time, sir.
Okay, so Fani, tell us about yourself, from where you have done your masters. When you have done your masters, what you are doing
Yes, sir.
currently. Tell us about it.
Sir, I have done my masters from Andhra University, Visakhapatnam. In 2020 I have completed my masters, and my native place is Bhimavaram in Andhra Pradesh, and I have done BSc in the local college, Vishnu College here, and I have worked in a pharma company for 5 months, and I have resigned there, and then I gave the gate exam. In work, while working only, I have given the net exam by taking 1 week leave and preparing in home, but it didn't went well because the of the paper and everything. I did some silly mistakes, sir. So finally, after leaving the job, the only thing I got positive is in Hyderabad is from getting gate, and that gate took me to qualify the IIT Gandhinagar, and
Okay.
that helped to interact with you again here in
Okay,
the live, I mean, in video session.
okay, that's really
Because of
great.
the gate, because of gate, I have interacted with you 2 times in exam and after qualifying
Yeah.
on IIT,
Okay,
getting
it's
PhD
totally
seat.
my pleasure to meet you once again.
Yes,
And
sir.
I was we were in conversation continuously, right? We were talking about the
Yes, sir.
exams and all those things.
Yes,
But
sir.
yeah, I was very
There,
happy to hear when you told me that you cracked the, I was really
there,
very
there,
happy about it.
yes, sir. At the exam center also, even the security are telling to keep
Yeah,
distance. And
yeah,
all.
yeah,
We
yeah,
took
yeah, yeah, I
selfies and
remember that.
group photos,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
remember that day very well, sir, because that day is memorable to me. Because
Okay,
meeting
so
an educator who are teaching us, meeting them is very, I mean, very surprising kind of and happy. I felt.
the same goes with me also. See, we teach
Yes, sir.
online, like we don't interact one on one with the people. We are just teaching
Yes,
from
sir.
our side. But when we meet people in during exam, students who are studying from us, like it gives a very good
Yes, sir.
feeling to see that so many people know us, right? So
Like
to
that.
everyone, let me tell that Fani is also an Academy Plus student, right? Fani?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
Phani was on Unacademy Plus and he took classes from us, and he was very responsive in the class as well. So, Phani, tell me one thing, that what was your specialization in your masters? Was there any
Uh,
specialization in your masters?
Organic chemistry, sir. My
Organic chemistry.
specialization is organic. Yes, sir.
And one more thing to everyone, that Phani is excellent in organic chemistry. Okay, and I am like very poor in organic chemistry, so like
Sir, I
Phani
am
is
still
like
learning, sir. Sir, I
okay,
am
that's
still
great.
learning, sir.
But
I also
Phani,
getting some.
I have seen your answers also in classes, and also have interacted with your friends, okay, those who know you. So they have also told me that like Phani is like next level in organic chemistry. So yeah,
Thank you,
that's
sir.
really
Thank you so much, sir.
okay.
So
Tell very
basically, I am
frankly,
from bio
you
background,
don't
sir.
you
So
don't like physical chemistry, right?
yes, sir. One thing is when you learn from a good teacher, you automatically you will love the subject. And
Yeah,
in earlier stages also, I was scared of maths, and that math fear was transferred to physical in MSc.
physical.
Everyone have their own strength, but it remained as my weakness. But somehow I am still learning and managing to managing to learn the concepts and to do some practice. Recently, when I solved surface chemistry problem from Assam paper, I felt like science. Oh my god, I got physical chemistry. I can do every problem, and I felt some confidence. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, we have to do some new questions, and then we get some confidence on the subject, and soon we can master it
yeah,
according to me. So I am choosing easier topics. As you in few days, 3 days back ago, you said, no sir, I mean, which topics to choose in physical chemistry, who can't do
right.
physical well. And unfortunately I choose the same topics, sir, and I am doing them only.
Yeah.
The topics which can be done by person who can't do maths well. So
Uh-huh.
I also choose same topics, sir. It
That's
doesn't
what
mean I
is
hate it, but
the
I am scared of it, sir. I am
yeah,
scared of
yeah.
it. Yes, sir.
No, that's what is the smart thing. See, sometimes it happens that you are not good at certain thing. So make your strength
Yes, sir.
that much strong that your weakness does not matter for
Yes,
them,
sir.
right? It should be like this.
Exactly, sir.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, great.
In last year lockdown, I practiced organic extensively, sir. So I got a bunch of good concepts, and it's fine. But in exam, it gave me they gave few tough questions, and so I didn't apply your 3 round online net, sir. Otherwise, I could have cleared that time only. And I have
Okay.
applied 3 rounds online gate, and it worked really well for me, sir.
That's
Three
great.
times, I mean, 3 rounds attempting paper.
Three round method, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
those who are not
That
aware
on
about
that.
this method, we have discussed about this already on the channel. Like there is a three-round method to like to apply, like sorry, to attempt for exam, right? Like when you are attempting
Yes,
online
sir.
exam, there is a method for that. I'll give you the link for this. So, Fani, tell
Yes, sir.
us first of all that like that's a very big misconception that without physical chemistry you can't do like this gate exam. You can't qualify this gate exam without physical chemistry. That's a general conception which I also tell to every student that physical chemistry is very
Yes,
important.
sir.
So what's
Yes,
your
sir.
take on this?
But if other two are strong, they can at least qualify, sir, according to
Yeah,
me.
yeah. So tell us, Fani, what was your
I
rank
mean,
in gate, and
my
what was your about your CSIR net exam? Did you qualified or not? How you prepared for this gate exam? Tell us everything.
okay, sir. Sir, my first attempt was June 2019, sir.
Okay.
I went to Guntur and I gave the exam. And that time I know only
You are telling
reagents.
about the CSIR net, right?
Yes, sir. First attempt,
Yeah.
and the score was 62 around 62. So okay, I didn't prepare well, sir. So and again in December I gave the exam, sir. This time I got 87,
Okay.
2019,
Hmm.
87.
Cutoff was
But
how much?
that time the cutoff was high, sir. Cutoff was high, 105 around.
More than 100. Yeah.
December exam was easy, sir,
Mhm.
in 2019. And
Yeah.
in November, due to joining job and everything, I have some pressures in my mind. But I think I did well, and I got stopped at 80, sir. 80, 80. They didn't
Okay.
qualify, sir. In masters also, I gave gate. Didn't qualify.
Okay.
Because that time I didn't study well, sir. Because of
Didn't
preparing
prepared.
for
Yeah.
GSI also I have prepared, sir. So I was in a state of confusion which exam I should attend.
Uh,
So nothing went correctly. So, but in 2021, I gave gate exam, sir. After leaving the job, then the exam really went well. and I qualified it, sir. And we can qualify GATE without physical also. If both the other two both are strong, we
Strong.
can qualify, sir.
So what
Both
was your
other
rank in
two
GATE?
should be really strong. Sir, it's 1958. It looks like ATM password. I will set it as ATM password soon.
Okay, a four-digit rank. Okay, so that's what is
Yes,
one
sir.
more
Yes, sir.
point here, that in GATE it's not required that you should get a very high rank to get into IITs. As I have also made a lot of videos on which IIT you should focus on based upon your, depending upon your rank, right? So like
Yes, sir.
IIT Gandhinagar also falls among those where you can go if your GATE rank is not under 500 or under 700. So you
Yes,
can
sir.
go for IIT Gandhinagar, right? So,
Yes, sir.
Phani, you told us about the job, right? That you joined for the job.
Yes, sir.
Is it because of your love towards organic chemistry that you wanted to go in the?
Sir, actually, yes, sir. Actually, it's analytical related job, sir. I thought, I mean, I thought I can prepare. I mean, I can manage my preparation and as well as job. But
Oh,
once entering the job, I understood. I once if any person enters job, he can do only job.
yeah,
So that
yeah,
was the biggest lesson I have learned, and I decided this job will clearly wash everything from my mind. So then I decided, chodo, let's leave it, and I have kept resignation on December 21st, and I left the office on January 21st.
okay.
And then I got these 15 days to study for GATE exam. I mean, for the revision.
For the revision.
Generally, when I used to stay in room, I used to dedicate at least 2 hours for study without doing room works, and roommates are angry on me. You are always keep on studying and not
Yeah,
participating in room works. How it will happen? And small little fights occurred, sir. But it's okay. They are my friends and they will understand me, sir.
yeah, definitely.
And after deciding to leave the job, I have left the job, uh, and I went to my cousin's home, and there I have studied for the GATE exam, sir. And
Okay.
unfortunately, CSIR revealed the result on one day before the GATE exam. I
Yeah,
know I
yeah,
won't
yeah.
qualify, but that impact will be
Uh-huh.
there, no, sir. At
Yeah,
least
correct, correct,
10% will be there, sir.
correct.
Because few candidates who are giving tomorrow exam, and if they miss their JRF by 1 mark, it will be very painful, sir.
Definitely.
So I think that also impacted many of the candidates, and it also impacted me, sir. Because I mean, I am forgetting about it, but small sadness will be
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
sir.
yeah, yeah, yeah. In your back of the
And
mind, it keeps on revolving that I prepared so much for
yes,
the
sir.
exam and I'm not able to qualify. Will I be able to qualify this one? So that doubt comes in, right? And that is very
Yes, sir.
dangerous. Like I also discussed about it that the timing was very wrong for the CSIR, but since
Yes, sir.
both of them are two different, like two different organizations who are taking exams, so they don't worry about who is taking when, right? Who is taking exam at
Yes,
what
sir.
time.
Definitely.
So they
Yes,
don't
sir.
like interact with each other. So that's why they have done it. But
Luckily,
yeah,
yes, sir. Luckily, that day, Seti sir took interactive session with few of the students, and
uh,
15 of us joined, sir.
okay.
And we generally talked about I mean, we generally talk, sir, not about GATE or CSR, but generally a friendly talk.
General
And
discussion. Yeah,
that friendly talk, yes, sir, I mean, to refresh the mood and to get back, I mean, to forget about the fear of
yeah,
exam.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that day he took the session, and I also joined. But it's very happy to interact with both of you, sir. That day
That's
I
great.
interacted with sir, and today also interacted with you. The
That's
day
really great.
interacted with him, and the next day I interacted with you in live in at the center.
So this happens actually. When you are feeling low, you need someone to talk about that, right? No,
Yes,
not
sir. Really,
exactly,
sir.
but something so that you get motivated. Just forget about it and just go with the best you
Yes,
know,
sir.
right, for the exam.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Fani, so this was about your exam, your GATE exam, like how you prepared and everything. Now let's talk about the interview part. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
did you apply to any other IIT apart from IIT Gandhinagar? First, tell me that, and
Yes,
then
sir.
tell
I
me
have.
that what about your like how was your interview? Whether it was entrance plus interview or only interview? then tell me that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then I'll ask later on. But first, tell me these things.
Okay, sir, no problem. Sir, first I applied to many institutes, sir. And the
Okay.
first institute to apply is IIT Gandhinagar, and first institute to reveal the shortlisted, and first institute to conduct interviews also IIT Gandhinagar, sir. And it's
Okay.
the first and last institute for me for attending
Okay.
interview or online test or shortlisting, and everything is first for IIT Gandhinagar, sir. Rest of
Okay.
all institutes, I didn't got selected, sir.
Right.
I applied Kanpur, IIT
Okay.
Madras. I applied, some, but result till now they didn't release. And I
Okay.
applied many other ISS uh, and IIT Delhi. Just tried my luck, sir. I mean, if at least for getting interview
Yeah, yeah,
experience.
sure. You should try.
Yes,
Like
sir.
you should go for the
Yes, sir.
maximum opportunities or maximum
Yes,
options
sir.
which you have. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
Phani, did you give interview plus entrance or just only direct interview?
Sir, first they have conducted uh, uh, exams, sir.
Entrance exam.
Around 120 candidates they have selected, sir. 122
Okay.
lists have came, sir. Around 100 plus or 120 range they have selected, sir.
Okay.
And all of us gave test in Google Forms by Google Meet. They told to switch on, and they are seeing us, and we wrote the test, sir. And after
Okay.
the test, after 3-4 days, I think, and again another mail I got, sir. You have been selected for interview round. Kindly make available on particular day, and the interview was on April 14th, sir.
Okay.
And before interview I have mailed a professor, sir, who to which whom I am interested in working, and I mailed, and the professor replied immediately, sir. And the
So,
professor was then the same professor asked me the questions, sir, in interview.
okay, okay, that was the same person. Okay, that's great.
Yes,
So,
sir.
in the as you said that you have given interview plus entrance both. So, you like to make this thing clear. You don't have JRF, you don't have LS also,
Yes, sir.
right? You don't have
Yes,
LS.
sir. I don't have LS.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
only gate
I
you have,
have
right?
I have GATE and my state eligibility test, sir.
Okay, set exam you have qualified.
APC, set
AP
exams.
set. Okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
APC.
you have qualified AP set plus gate. But I think for
Yes,
IIT,
sir.
AP set does not matter over there, right? Like
Yes, sir.
they
Yes,
might
sir.
not have
It's
asked.
state exam. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. Okay, so based upon gate, you have been selected and you have to give interview plus entrance. So was that
Yes,
entrance
sir.
also for JRF candidates or they were only allowed to give interview directly?
Yes, sir. JRF candidates also applied, I think, sir. Many of the persons
Okay, they also
also.
have to give entrance, right?
Yes, sir. Everyone should give entrance exams.
That's great. Okay, so
The questions were equally divided, sir.
okay.
General, physical, inorganic, organic, most basic questions, sir. Any
So
aspirant can answer them, sir.
one important point that you mailed that professor before your interview, and
Yes, sir.
like that professor was luckily in the same panel, so that you think that helped you, right? Was
I
that
think
helpful
so,
or
sir.
was that not helpful?
I think it was helpful, sir.
Okay,
It
so
will it
tell
will be
us
really
about your
helpful.
interview experience. How was the interview? What was the things asked
Yes,
to
sir.
you? How it well, like how it went? Tell us about it.
Yes, sir. Sir, my interview was the last fourth person of the last third day, sir. The interview was conducted in 3 days, and for
Okay.
each candidate they have allotted 20 minutes time, sir. And mine was the last fourth on the last day of the 3 days schedule. So,
Okay.
and two professors are taking interview, and only one professor asked me the questions. And first they have asked me which topics you have prepared for the interview, and I said reagents, spectroscopy, organic spectroscopy, pericyclic. I told these topics to the professor, sir. And the professor asked all the questions covering all the topics, like he asked to draw the homolume approach for two alkenes in 2 plus 2 cycloaddition. Should to draw the diagrams why they are allowed in only photochemical conditions, and stabilities of intermediates, and Weinreb amide, how you prepare Weinreb amide, and which why Weinreb amide is useful, and the lithium aluminum hydride. And after 2 plus 2 cycloaddition, I got a product, and the professor asked me to draw to to tell the number of signals in the HNMR and proton NMR, and what are diastereotopic protons, and how many diastereotopic protons are found in the product which you have got. He asked that, and multiplicity he asked, spin multiplicity he asked him one question, and yes sir, and I told, I mean, for it should be quintet I should say sir, but I said pentet by mistake I have said, and at the end of the interview he told all the mistakes which I have said, and he said okay, nice.
Okay, so was that interview on online only, right? That was the online.
Yes, sir, online, sir.
So where you were writing the answers, on the notebook or like on the screen?
On the notebook, sir. On the notebook, we have to write and showing to the camera, sir.
Okay. That's.
In such way, interview went well, but I thought, oh God, I have made 2-3 mistakes. How it will go? I am worried about it for 1 weekend. I developed a tension on myself, sir, and it's a good experience, sir, because if we don't know any question, we should directly tell, sorry, sir, I don't know this answer. It helps us really, because the professor will accept that, and he will ask another question, because no one knows everything, sir. So they will give good chances, and they are really supportive, sir.
Yeah.
So the interview went well, sir. I think the approach to reach the question is important, I think so.
So tell me that like this was your first interview, I guess, right? It was your first interview.
Yes sir, first interview.
Yeah. Like people are those who have never given any interview for the entrance exam. How you will define like how an interview is taken? Like, because generally people say that it starts from basics and then it goes on for a higher level. So is it like that only?
Yes sir.
How it is?
Yes sir, it's correct only, sir, because the professor asked me few simple questions, and then he went into the depth, sir. Yeah. So I agree to this aspect, sir, because interview will go in such a way, and also we should answer to the question with respect to that particular question, and it should not lead to any new questions because it creates a lot of trouble.
Thing, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir. But in our excitement, we may do mistake, and we may extend the question to lead to another new questions. I think
that's what I have seen always, and I always tell students that if you try to be over smart in that front of that interviewer, he is having a much knowledge than you. Okay, in that particular field, he is like master in that particular subject. So if you try to be over smart, if you try to tell something extra from your side or some which is not being asked, then it will take you into trouble, right? So be very selective with the answer that much only which is asked. And one more thing, that accept, if you don't know anything, just tell him that I don't know. If you start making some stories out of it, then you will be in trouble, right? So,
yes sir, it will really trouble this.
Right. So, Phani, it was a 20 minutes interview, as you told, right? Around 20 minutes.
Yes, sir.
So, roughly around how many questions they asked? 10, 15?
They asked me 10 questions, sir.
Okay,
10 questions. Yes.
Okay. And how much mistakes you did? Like they told you at that, right? That how much mistakes you made?
I have one, two mistakes, sir. I mean, for that I should say quintet, but I told pentet, and it's the terminology, general terminology we should not use, no, sir. NMR terminology should be used for the correct terminology, and I used general terminology. So he mentioned about that. Avoid such kind of mistakes.
One very important point which everybody asked, that whether you are having any project during your masters, you are having any project. Did you did any project?
No, sir.
No, so you don't have any research experience in the organic field as such. The job which you were doing was analytical, so you don't have an organic related research experience, right? Is that correct?
No, sir. Yes, sir. I don't have any experience, sir.
So that means that it's also a misconception. Everybody thinks like you need to have a research experience, then only you will get selected in IIT. It's not that.
Yes,
it's not like that. If you have good knowledge of the subject, And if you are able to convince the interviewer, that's the main thing. Like if you are able to convince the interviewer during the interview time, that's what it plays, right? So
Yes, sir.
yeah, so funny, finally you got selected, right? After your
Yes, sir.
interview went and all these things. So like what are the things which you want to share with the learners, like those things which you learned during this particular whole process, and you want that to tell others so that they don't repeat those mistakes? Anything which you
Yes, sir.
want to tell others?
Sir, first of all, is we should have lots of patience, sir, because
Okay.
patience makes everything. And as a researcher, you know how we should be patient while doing research,
Right.
because we don't know the results will favor or it will fail. We don't know anything, sir. Anything can happen, so we should have lots of patience, sir.
You need
And
that patience now. Since you are into
yes, sir.
research now, you need more
Yes,
patience
sir.
now. Yeah.
I also should become calm and patient from now, sir.
Right,
I
right,
am not
right.
a kind of calm kind of person, sir. I am kind of short temper person, especially in home. And few
Yeah.
times by mistake I have shown my temper to my friends, and I
Okay.
should say sorry to my friends who I bothered, and thanks for bearing me all these days. And many of the
Yeah.
friends I got from Unacademy, and they are really helpful, sir, because whenever I get doubts in physical or while solving any numerical, they used to help me a lot. And as you have done interview to the Nupur Jain, and she used to
Yeah.
help me a lot, sir.
Great.
And she helped me in writing SOP. And whenever I mean, I was feeling down, then she's like my little sister, and she used to support me a lot, sir. And I should
That's
say
great.
big thanks to her, sir. And lots of people from an academy also, and also in there are few groups, sir, in Telegram or WhatsApp,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and few people they used to ask their doubts and learning from each other, and everything was going very well, sir.
Yeah.
And I should say a big lot of thanks to the family and also the friends who have bared my short temper or anything, or and also the friends who shared the knowledge and who helped me in everything. I should really thank them a lot, sir. And
And
also
you
my
would
professors in MSc also supported me a lot, sir.
any other thing which you want to
Yes, sir.
tell?
Continuous practice is definitely needed, sir, because chemistry is a kind of subject which is very volatile, and we will forget it if we lost touch with it at least for 15 days. Because once if we stop reading for 15 days, after opening the books, what are we reading? Is this chemistry? Or we feel like we forgot everything. So
Yeah, yeah.
we should not lose touch with books and our self-made notes and all. We should do new questions like test series. And as you have taken Abhyas test series,
Yeah.
I have seen the solution classes, sir. Actually, I couldn't attend the live session, but I seen the solution classes.
Okay.
The new questions will really help us to analyze the stage at which we are in our preparation, and the uh, areas where we have to develop, and the areas which we are strong. These kind of test series and test series will really helpful for us, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
also
Right.
continuous practice is definitely needed, sir.
Yeah. And some tips for interviews. Those who have interviews in the upcoming days. Some tips for that.
Sir, actually from 2 3 days I am also getting few texts about interview, and today I got two calls also to to help to interview. So
That's
my
really great.
my according to me, I attended only one interview, sir. So according to that, I will tell few things, sir. First of all, we should be very much confident about the answer. It should be the correct or wrong, but we should be confident. But if we feel like we are telling wrong, we should not argue with the professor, because they, as you said, they are the experts in extreme depths of the subject, and we should simply say sorry, sir, we I don't have that knowledge on that particular topic,
Right.
so kindly, I mean, we should say like that. And we should stick up to the answer. Up, we should tell the answer up to where it is necessary. Don't lag the answer. It will harm you a lot. Well,
Correct,
and
correct.
by luck, I didn't made such mistake in my first interview, but I fumbled in my language because after so many days I am talking with a professor of IIT. I should be very cautious about my
What I'm
words and
saying, yeah,
also the accent and the English what I am using. So I should be very much careful, and we should give very much respect, because they are the ultimate the guides who will lead us to do PhD and
definitely. Yeah.
who will guide us, and whatever else. Uh, you can take time to solve the question, but it should be correct. I think it will also work, because giving wrong answer is not good, but taking time to solve the question
That's
is
fine.
better option than giving wrong answers. But
Right,
if
right.
we don't know wrong answer, we can simply say, sorry sir, we don't know, I don't know about that question.
Accepting
So
that
they
you
will
don't
give,
know, that does not matter. Like you can accept
I said,
that you don't
yes
know
sir,
what,
accept.
right?
We can simply accept, sir.
Yeah. So funny when you have to join your institute.
Sir, July 9th, sir. July 9th,
July 9.
5 p.m. Yes,
So
sir.
official welcome to the research scholars group.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, fine. And now you
Thank
are
you, sir.
going
Thank you
to
very
be a
much.
research scholar soon. And I just hope all, like I just wish you all the best for your research career. And I know
Thank you,
that
sir.
since you are so much enthusiastic towards your work, you will definitely going to do good in your research
Yes,
as
sir.
well. And
Yes, sir.
all the best for that. And be like
Thank you,
the
sir.
way you are. Okay, be just
Thank
the
you,
way
sir.
how you are positive towards the things. And whatever you have
Yes, sir.
learned during this particular time now, this is going to help you in your research. The research life is even more difficult than what you have faced yet. Okay, this is
Yes,
again
sir. Yes,
going to
sir.
be some years of very hard work and lot of mental stress. So these things you should be
Yes, sir.
aware of. Okay, as a senior, I'm telling
Yes,
you
sir.
that during
Yes, sir.
research you are going to experience so much of the stress. Some point of time you are going to feel so depressed, so down. So for that, as you said, your friends are very important. Okay, your friends, your family,
Yes, sir.
all those people are very important. So talk to them, and keep
Yes, sir.
doing like your work with full dedication and full honesty. Okay.
Yes,
And
sir.
one more tip I will give you, that apart from your research, make some hobby. Okay, something apart from the research. Don't just do
Yes.
research for the whole time. I know IITs and in a good institute it is very difficult to take out time to do something else, but yet it is very
Yes,
much
sir.
advised to all the research scholars that do something for your hobby, because at some point of time your research might not work, your project might not work, you might get stuck to a particular thing, you might feel very like frustrated over there, then that side thing is going to help you. Okay, anything, like if you like
Yes, sir.
music. Music means playing music, not listening music, because that's not
Yes,
enough.
sir.
So playing music,
Yes, sir.
reading books or gardening, anything, whatever you like as a hobby, keep
Sir,
that.
I
Okay.
used to I used to do some silly experiments on plants.
Okay, that's
Like
means making bonsai
I
or
like
something
gardening,
like
sir.
that. It's like that. Making
So
bonsai of
actually,
plants or cross breeding of the
uh,
plant. Is it like the grafting and
yes,
all?
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I tried grafting, it failed, but after that I didn't try it on it, sir. And
No
say
problem.
making some natural pesticide using chilies, garlic, and
Uh-huh.
spraying on the white fungus which used to infect tomato plants. Like that, I used to do some silly things in my BSc, sir, but I studied MSc in hostel, so I was unable to do such silly things or any.
Uh-huh.
Maybe sometimes these things also may lead to new. We can't
Yeah,
say
new
anything and
discoveries,
can
yeah,
happen, sir.
new
So
something, right, right.
yes, sir. Most of the scientific discoveries were happened accidentally, sir. So
Accidentally,
we
right?
can't say we can't say it's a silly thing or anything, but we should do something new to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
discover anything. Maybe it will be useful in the future. So
Right,
we should
right,
keep on trying. That's the true meaning of research. We should keep on
correct,
trying
correct.
until we get the good results.
And like taking care of nature is very important, because
Yes,
you know
sir.
if you don't
Definitely.
take care of nature, nature is really harsh towards us. We are experiencing
Yes, sir.
that, right, during
Now
these
we are
days, right?
going such situations, sir,
Right,
because
right.
we are buying oxygen for 50,000, but what such a situation we never expected, sir, because it's such pandemic should teach very bitter lesson for all the humankind, sir.
So it's
And
like
I should feel this pandemic should end soon, and it should
yes,
open the opportunities for all the aspirants who are preparing very hard. And I know the pain because until I get the result of Gandhinagar, I was really in such a depression. I mean, I can't really express in words because where what I am going, what I am doing, not understanding anything. JRF,
right,
I didn't able to clear. I have only gate. Will it work or not? Other institutes are not selecting me. Lots of thoughts are running in my mind, but once the result came, everything got deleted. Okay,
everything got
now you should you should show your interest on research and
done.
one last attempt for the CSIR. Then I will purely dedicate on research, sir. I
Yeah,
mean,
during first year of your
trying
research,
for CSIR, sir.
that will not be that intense from the research perspective. So during that
Yes,
first
sir.
year, you can give exams like those you have not qualified,
Yes, sir.
like JRF or CSR.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so that's what was our talk about. Like I hope that whatever Phani like explained about his particular experience for his interview and admission in IIT Gandhinagar. So I hope that will be helpful. So the main motive was to inform and to tell you from experienced person that actually JRF is not needed if you want to go for IIT. It just requires your interest towards the subject. How you are you are making the interviewer like how you are convincing the interviewer that you are actually interested towards the work, right? And just
Sir, but
if you have some
if
weak
JRF
point,
is there, then it will be positive.
a plus point, right?
Sir, if
If you have a
JRF is
JRF,
there,
that
plus
will be
points, sir.
plus, right,
Really
right,
plus points, sir.
right, right. But yeah, if you don't have JRF, then the, the main point is if you don't have JRF, just don't get disheartened.
Uh,
But it's not like that. Don't go for it. Okay, you have to
yes,
go
sir.
for
Yes.
it. That will be a plus point, obviously. But if you don't have that, don't get disheartened with it. That's not the end of the life. We have other options as well, right, Phani? It
Actually, in
was
MSc also, one research scholar, sir, used to teach us some CSIR classes. Few like coaching, we used to attend this, but due to some reasons, the classes were suspended, sir. But if the
okay.
classes gone well, it will be really helpful for our batchmates also. But the classes got cancelled. He is research scholar Venkatrama sir. He used to support me a lot, and also my professors, our head of the department Siddhaya sir, and he always motivated us with his journey in the research field, and other professors also very friendly with us and helpful in everything regarding to the subject or to the other fields. I mean, after the MSc, which kind of, I mean, job or any research or anything, they used to guide us continuously. And because of their support and the support from family and the friends which I got, the amazing friends who supported me and bared me, and I should thank them a big very thanks to all of them, sir. Because of them, I mean, at some particular stage of life, one people will help us, and at one particular stage another people will
Other,
help, because
yeah, right.
in earlier stages we were dependent on parents, and in the BSc or MSc
Yeah,
we
yeah,
are dependent on it on our lecturers, professors and friends who helps us, I mean, a lot to pursue our goals, and also few friends will motivate us to reach our targets also. So
yeah,
such kind of friends I have really met a good kind of friends who
yeah.
supported
You
me a
can
lot.
name them if you want.
So
Yeah.
sir, there is a very big list, sir. So
Okay.
so
Okay, fine. You can give
the
a collective
whole
thanks to them. Yeah.
so to my all the supporters and my good friends, I really thank you so much for supporting me a lot. And the Unacademy students, six of us has joined as a group and channel in Telegram. We used to post few questions, new questions and notifications regarding to these IITs, JRF positions and project assistants. So that group was going on well, sir, on Telegram channel, and we are learning with each other and sharing the knowledge. And also uh, I mean, if others ask doubts, if we know, we will, I will the group discussion will go on, and in such a friendly manner we are going on very smoothly and preparing together, sir.
That's great. That's really great.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Phani, thank you so much for giving your time and discussing with me.
Sir,